This is the Relic Radio Show, old-time radio entertainment still standing the test of time, from relicradio.com. This is the Relic Radio Show, your weekly hour of old-time radio drama, brought to you every Tuesday by relicradio.com. Our first story this week comes from Theater 5. We'll hear The Big Dog from August 11th, 1964. After that, it's the Columbia Workshop and Hard Luck Story. That episode aired February 23rd, 1946.
It's not a bad place, really, once you've conquered the humiliation. Well, but of course I wouldn't be here at all if it hadn't been for that ghastly dog, that Cerberus at the gates of... Yes, at the gates of hell.
Theater 5 presents The Big Dog.
All right, Leslie, we'll take it once more. Now relax this time. And remember the boom camera's on you till you hold up the bottle. And then we go to a close-up of the pill.
Right you are.
Keep your fingers crossed.
You'll make it this time.
Need better. Those flubs are costing the agency a fortune.
Quiet on the set. Roll it.
Are you run down at the end of the day? Do you wonder where your pep has gone? Then what you need is Tone, the amazing new product resigned to restore your...
Cut! Good grief.
I'm terribly sorry, John, old boy. These commercials are deadly tongue twisters.
Not deadly enough. Fire him. Get rid of him. Find me an actor who can say his lines, not some has-been.
You fire him. I can't. That's Leslie Adams.
I'll be glad to. I'm sorry, Mr. Adams, but I'm afraid we'll have to call it off. Apparently, you can't remember the lines. We need someone who can.
Mr. Weaver, the man who could remember these lines would have to be part imbecile and part minor bird. I congratulate you on your wisdom in releasing me. I am a dramatic actor, not a pill salesman. Good afternoon.
Leslie, wait a minute.
I'd like to thank you, John, for your understanding, to commiserate with you on our mutual employer.
Let's try it once more, shall we?
I'm sorry, John. He's through here.
Let's not perpetuate this polyglot.
I know you'll get it right the next time.
There won't be a next time.
Our single point of agreement. Good afternoon.
Listen, Weaver.
Now, Leslie, let's make a good exit. No matter who calls you back, don't turn. The scene is ended.
Like his commercial.
Head high, Leslie.
One more take if you leave him alone.
I'm glad you did that, Leslie. No man who has played Bernard Shaw should concern himself with the small intestines.
Oh, down, please. Thank you.
6 weeks. 6 weeks in Hollywood, and Leslie Adams is forced into a commercial. Well, a man's got to make a living. What's happened to my memory? 64 isn't old. Why can't I retain the lines? Oh, it must be this cold I've got. It's got to be, simply got to be the cold. The money's gone. Oh, where will I go? The actor's home? If only I could get through to that nephew of mine.
Well, Boniface Walter, how's the hostel tonight? A welter of mail and messages?
Slow, Mr. Adams. No calls for you.
Nothing from Alex Kendall?
Not a thing. Leslie. Oh, how nice to see you again.
Jamie! Here for a film?
Oh, just 3 weeks. Are they keeping you busy?
Oh, you know, the round of television. That nephew of mine won't let me rest.
Oh, yes, Alex is doing well, isn't he?
Oh, yes, and gone completely Hollywood, you know. Even his wife's got a secretary to handle their social life. Incredible place, isn't it? But I may escape it yet. Miller wants me back in his new play.
Oh, Broadway? I envy you.
As a matter of fact, Jamie, there's a young man in it you might play. Shall I put in a word with Gilbert?
Well, that's always home, you know.
Then it's done. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
I know it's none of my business, but is he that important on Broadway?
Does he owe you a bill?
As a matter of fact...
I'll cover it. And the answer to your question is yes. Or it used to be.
Well, then he'd better go back. He hasn't worked since he moved in.
His memory's shot. There's nothing for him to go back to.
Hold it, buddy. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Leslie Adams.
And?
And I'm not a tourist from Boise. I'm here to see my nephew who's directing on this set.
Sorry, orders are the stage is closed.
Don't argue with him, Leslie. The man's too young to remember who you are.
They ought to be breaking for the day soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll wait outside.
Well, the days are pretty here. The weather, that is. The rest is like a visit to the dentist. It goes well enough until the drill strikes. Leslie Adams soliciting Alex Kendall. The world turns, doesn't it? But it's only work I want, not charity. If he and Marcia would only invite me to one of those parties they give. They ask the right people, men who could give me work. Yes, they're coming out now, the actors. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. What happened to my tide, my fortune? Alex was directing amateur minstrels when I played opposite Joan Crawford here. Did he leave word to put me out? Oh, come, Leslie, you're neurotic about this memory thing. It's a cold, that's all. The actor's home won't get you yet. Oh, but how the rent keeps spiraling. The banks have had it, Leslie. You're cashed out for money. An actor needs his dignity. What is he but the face he can wear? Oh, there he is. There's Alex.
Alex, darling.
Now, make it casual. Don't seem to need him too much.
Alex Kendall, imagine meeting you here.
Leslie Adams. How are you, Uncle Les?
Oh, this is a pleasant surprise. Oh, I was just on my way out of John Huston's office.
Oh, you got a show with him?
Well, he wants me in that Roman epic with all the spears and chariots. That film will look like a hardware convention. Everybody rattling around like pots.
Oh, you're a funny man, Uncle Les. You should have been a stand-up comic.
I should have been a comic?
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. You could have been a great success.
I have been a great success.
Oh, yes, you have. Well, I've been meaning to call you, Les, every day for a month now.
I wrote you where I was staying.
I know. I've just been working so hard. They've got me directing so much TV, I'm beginning to feel like a traffic cop.
That busy, eh?
It's killing me. You?
Yes, it's killing me, too. Not the work, the lack of it.
Oh, I'm busy enough.
Les, I'm sorry I've got to run.
Shall we see each other?
I hope so.
When?
Well, look, Marcia's giving one of those she parties next Saturday. You always hated that kind of thing. I don't suppose you'd like to come.
Well, that is poker night with Freddie March.
Oh, too bad. Another time?
Oh, what am I saying? Oh, dear. Now, he's going to be in New York this weekend.
And we can look for you?
Well, if Houston doesn't hold me up.
Oh, it's black tie, Les.
Oh, thank you, Walter. Nice of you to bring it up from the tailor.
That's a beautiful jacket, Mr. Adams.
Yes, it should be. It was cut by the tailor to the Prince of Wales while I was in London playing in Maytime. White for dinner was new then. The Prince and I made a vogue of it. This thing cost me £45.
Oh, worth it, I'd say. The way it fits. Makes you look like a prince yourself.
Thank you, Walter. Oh, take this for your trouble.
Oh, no, that's too much.
A discerning man should be recognized. Take it, I insist, as a token of a special occasion. This is a turning point in my life, Walter. The comeback. Hollywood, twice taken. Sound the trumpet for Leslie Adams.
All hail Caesar!
And crown his head with laurel for the march of triumph tonight. There you are, driver. Keep the change.
What is it about giving a big tip that makes a man feel confident? Well, there it is, Leslie. The Kendall Menage. An imposing pile of rock, isn't it? Beautiful, too, in a grandish kind of way. As I remember Marcia, she's a little grandish, too. She must hire a battery of gardeners to keep the grounds this way. Oh, well, that's perfect. They've got themselves a dog. Not just any dog, mind you, but a Dane. Not just any Dane, but a harlequin, for heaven's sake, cavorting in the sprinkler like something out of DeMille.
Now, just stay where you are, boy. The prince's tailor wouldn't approve of you. No, down, boy. Stop shaking. Go on. You're muddy.
For a man who loathes animals, he's extremely fond of me. Alex should keep him chained when there are guests. Well, Leslie, it's time to storm the castle, to carve a new career in those television films of his. It's not such a bad little medium, and you could bring quality to it.
Good evening. I'm Leslie Adams.
Oh, Mr. Adams, there you are. I was just passing the door. The other guests are in the drawing room. Please come in.
How nice to see you again. I had... No, boy.
Down.
Get up.
Oh,
dear.
Oh, look what he's done. The mud all over my dress.
What a shame, and he's darted off. Is there anything I can do?
Thank you, no. If you'll introduce yourself to the other guests, I'll just go and change. Alex was held up at the studio. He may not be able to make it. Excuse me.
No, certainly.
Oh, what an incredible performance. He's ruined her perfectly beautiful dress, and she's still going to let him stalk the house like the hound of the Baskervilles. Well, that's Hollywood. Oh, great Jupiter, here he comes again like a wounded boar.
No. Down, boy, down. Stay away from my jacket. Stop licking my hand. I have no desire to establish a friendship with you. Oh, and will you, for heaven's sake, stop following me? You make me nervous in this jacket. Oh, here, boy, here, come. Now, let's try the patio, shall we? There. Out you go. Good riddance. Yes, and don't fall in the pool. The displacement would be a disaster.
Why did she call me Mr. Adams? That was chilly of her. What a shame Alex isn't here. I thought I might borrow the rent from him. What? Borrow? Oh, no, certainly not. All you want is a job, and Alex can give you one. And stop worrying about the memory thing. The scenes are so short in film, there'll be no problem at all. All right, Leslie. Pick yourself a producer and get yourself a job.
Oh, is that a martini? Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, Mr. Delbert, as I was saying, your series is without question the most superior in television today.
Well, thank you very much.
No, I mean it. It's adult, imaginative, creatively conceived. Any serious artist should feel privileged to appear in it. Oh, I know I would, and I turn down parts by the score. Now, go away, boy, go away.
That dog is crazy about you, isn't he?
Yes, he seems to be. Say, do you suppose they'd mind if I put him out again? Come on, boy, come on. I'll be back, Mr. Delbert. I think I can be of help to you. Now, listen, you moon-eyed minotaur. You're not going to wreck my chances. I'm here on serious business. I've got to talk to these people, especially to Alex's wife. I can't have you fawning on me while I work. So, out you go. Out, do you hear me? Out. Go on, out.
Oh, heavens, here comes Marcia. Does she see me do that to him? I don't think she likes me anyway. All right, Leslie. Charm her. She can persuade Alex to give you work. Talk about her house, her garden, her dog. Tell her she's beautiful. Alex can help you. And Lord, how you need it. Oh, what a way to live. You revolt me, Leslie Adams, soliciting these people like some beggar in the street. Well, what else can I do? Go to the actor's home.
Oh, Marcia. You know, if I'd known you'd wear such a dress as that, I wouldn't have been so stricken. Bertucci, isn't it? Or Marley Parness?
No, it was done by one of Alex's designers.
Yeah, that's another talent of Alex's, finding the right people. A designer, an actor, a wife. He's unerring. He's perfect.
He was married once before.
Well, one works toward perfection, you know.
Ah.
Oh, I saw that show of his last Tuesday. Brilliant.
Oh, it was good, wasn't it?
I've been a director, too, you know. I see the inspirational touches. Alex has a transcendent talent for dramatic grouping, like Goya.
Oh, do you think so, too? Oh, please sit down and tell me about it.
Oh, for the love of Jupiter, is he back in?
Oh, dear, and covered with mud again. I do
No,
wish
boy,
you...
down. Get off that sofa, you idiot. Get off. There. Well, I hope you'll forgive me, Marcia, but it did seem wrong, you know, for that dog to sprawl on a velvet love seat.
Yes, didn't it? Excuse me, Mr. Adams. I must see how dinner is coming along.
Dear saints in heaven, I've offended her, slapping that canine pachyderm. Well, there's no time to waste. I'll get to work on Delbert again. You need a job, Leslie, in a series. You need a lot of ransom to stay out of that actor's home.
And that, said Schubert with a leer, is why we close our alley once a year.
Oh, Leslie, you're irresistible, isn't he, Marcia?
Oh, yes, indeed he is.
Good boy, Leslie. You've really made an impression on Delbert. I'm sure you can get work with him. Now, if you can warm Marcia up. Oh, thank goodness they put out that dog for dinner. Oh, squab. I love it. What's that? Oh, by George, there he is again, scratching at that patio door and lolling his tongue out at me. I don't really like animals. What's he moon-eyeing at me for?
Oh, thank you. I'll have 2 of them.
Doesn't she see him? It's disgraceful what she lets that dog do. Why doesn't she send him away? Oh, there he is. Well, is she just going to sit there? Everybody's embarrassed by that beast. Don't look at me, boy. Stay away. Oh, no. Here he comes. Right under the table beside me. Why does she look at me that way? Can I help it if her fiendish dog has picked me out? Get away, boy. Get away. Get away. Stop slobbering on my jacket. I'll be a mess. Give me a chance, boy. I've got a lifetime to save tonight. Where's my dignity if you slobber all over me?
Yes, indeed, Mr. Delbert. Men of your perception are rare in television. You and Alex are rare. I said to Marcia, Alex ought to work for Delbert exclusively. That's where the quality lies.
Well, I consider myself...
Stop it, boy. Stop it. Get away from the jacket.
He does prefer your material.
Lord, how will I ever stand up? Tell if I can get this food down to him, maybe he'll stop drooling on me. Careful, Leslie. Don't let them see you do it. Just ease the plate down to him. Maybe he'll stay off the jacket. Hungry as I am, that's more important now. Act as though you dropped something and get it down to the floor. There you are, boy. Oh, that fool dog has knocked it out of my hand. Well, don't stare at me. If you'd put the beast out in the first place, this never would have happened. He's ruined my life, filthied my jacket, deprived me of work, stolen my dignity. What chance have I now?
Mr. Adams, I didn't mind about my dress. I didn't mind about the muddy sofa. But perhaps it would be better if the cook were to feed you both in the kitchen, if you insist on bringing your dog to my party.
It's not a bad place, the actor's home, once you've conquered the humiliation. And there's one splendid thing about the home. No dogs allowed.
Theater 5 has presented The Big Dog, written by Richard McCracken and directed by Warren Somerville. In the cast, John Griggs, Vicky Bola, Ralph Camargo, Guy Sorrell, George Petrie, Bob Hastings, and Marty Myers. Audio engineer Neil Pultz. Sound technician Ed Blaney. Script editor Jack C. Wilson. Original music by Alexander Vlastotsenko. Orchestra under the direction of Glenn Osser. Executive producer for Theater 5, Edward A. Byron. We invite and would appreciate your comments. Write to Theater 5, New York 23, New York. This is Fred Foy speaking. This has been an ABC Radio Network production.
The Columbia Workshop is on the air, presenting radio's foremost laboratory of radio writing and production techniques. For the fourth program in the new series of Columbia Workshops, we present Hard Luck Story, written by Henry Denker and Ralph Berkey. The musical score for today's broadcast was composed and will be conducted by Alex Semler. The show is produced and directed by Albert Ward. Now, Hard Luck Story.
Look, I know it sounds screwy, but it happened. So help me, it did. I was there. I heard it. With my own ears, I heard it. Well, it was a nice sunny day. Not too cold, not too warm. You know, perfect weather. Well, I'm cruising through the park in my taxi cab. I ain't picked up a fare all morning, and it looks like I ain't gonna. So I parked the bus right there. What the heck? I'll save myself some gas and wear and tear on the tires. Besides, I got a sudden yen to be out on the green grass in the sunlight and fresh air. That's me, Shorty Williams, the nature lover. Well, finally, I find myself at the zoo. You know, at the big seal pond there. Well, I'm leaning over the rail, watching the seals, how they're swimming around. I got spring in my soul, see? A nature lover. I'm carried away. And then suddenly, I hear a voice.
Hey, Bob.
I look around. I don't see nobody. Then I hear again.
Hey, you. Shorty. Here.
Shorty, that's me. Hey, what is this? There's no one here. There's a guy holding a kid near the rail, maybe 20 feet away, but it ain't him. Then I hear again.
Here I am. Down here.
I look down, but there's no one there. Only a seal lying there on the ledge in front of me. Everybody knows that seals can't...
Hey, Shorty.
But then I see. Yeah, no kidding. I see the seal's got his fin cupped over his mouth, and I can hear plain as anything.
Yeah, it's me, Shorty.
Holy smoke, a talking seal!
Shh. Take it easy. Take it easy. And stop staring at me like that. You want to attract attention?
Gee, no, but... You're talking.
Of course. I'm Emil.
Emil?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever met before, have we? Say, you're not some dead guy come back in the body of a seal.
No. Nothing like that. I'm Emil. You must have caught my act. I once played the Palace.
The Palace? You don't say.
Only seal act ever to be held over for a second week at the Palace. You mean to say you never even heard of me?
No, can't say I have. I never went for those animal acts.
Animal acts? Really? Don't be uncouth. I was an artiste.
Hey, wait, don't disappear. I didn't mean nothing. Emil! Oh, I've hurt his feelings. Oh, there you are. What's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I didn't mean no offense.
It's all right. Forget it. I guess I am a little touchy. After all, featured billing, you know. 6 years on the Keith circuit.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Gee. Ain't this sort of a come down?
I beg your pardon.
Well, I mean, after being a big shot, this swimming in a zoo, this ain't no aqua cage, you know.
Yeah, I know. But at least I have my memories.
Say, how come a seal like you winds up in a joint like this?
The usual reason.
You mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it? It's a woman every time. What happened?
I've got to leave now.
What's the matter?
Here comes the keeper.
What about it?
He's got a grudge against me, and if he sees me talking to visitors, I'll catch it. Come back tomorrow, will you?
Hey, Emil!
Somebody you know out there, bud?
No, keeper. I was just talking to... Well, you see, I was just talking to myself. I gotta be going. Well, I beat it away fast. I don't want to get Emil in Dutch, see? But I'm back the next day, all right. Bright and early, too. I ain't standing there 10 seconds when Emil comes flopping out of the water and squats down on the cement.
Hi, Shorty.
Hello, Emil.
Say, I'm very anxious to talk to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, here I am.
Say, Shorty, yesterday I noticed the keeper spoke to you.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you tell him anything about me?
No, of course not.
Why? Oh, nothing. I just didn't want you to tell him that I was telling you yesterday how I happened to be here. Well, it was 8 years ago that I signed up with Professor Beale.
Professor Beale?
Yeah, Professor Beale and his seals. Vaudeville actor. Well, it was like this. We were in the office of a theatrical lawyer.
Mr. Diffenbacher, I'd like you to meet Emil, the seal.
How do you do?
Hello, Mr. Diffenbacher. You know, this is the first time I've ever been in a lawyer's office. You see,
Now, Emil, let's get this contract business over with.
Oh, yes, Professor. The sooner I get started on my career, the better.
Well, now let's take a look at the contract. Entered into this blank day of blank 1900 and...
Emil, here's the whole thing in a nutshell. I'll take care of you for the rest of your life, and you'll never have to worry.
Really?
Yes. Right here in clause 13, it says, the party of the first part hereby agrees
You see?
No.
Well, let's get on with the rest of it. You will be the featured seal in the act, Emil.
I will?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. You see, right here in clause 9, it says, the party of the second part will be...
You see, it's all very simple, Emil. You just sign here.
Yeah, but now, wait a minute. There are a couple of things that I'd like to get straight.
Sure. Anything you want to know, just ask the counselor.
Suppose I'd want to join another act.
Well, that's covered in paragraph 6. For the life of the party of the second part...
Oh, don't go through all that. Look, Emil, any time you want to call it quits, you're free to do so. Is that right, counselor?
Well, now, let's see.
You see, Emil? Yes. Is there anything else you want to know?
What about my billing?
Billing? The best stops. Isn't that right, counselor?
Why, right here in paragraph... Yes, here in paragraph 22,
Come,
it says...
sign, Emil. We're wasting time. Don't you trust me?
Yes, but...
Well, then, Emile, will you sign?
Well, all right, but I still think,
Good. Good. Now, Mr. Diefenbacher, will you witness the contract?
Yes. There you are.
Good. Now, that's settled. Well, Emile, let's go. Goodbye, Mr. Diefenbacher. We have to get over to the rehearsal, you know.
Goodbye, Counselor.
Goodbye, Emile.
Well, Shorty, that's the way it started. I, a young and innocent seal, was taken in by the professor. Well, for the first few years, everything seemed all right. And then, one day at rehearsal...
All right, now we're going to rehearse this once more. Just once more. Music. That's right. That's right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. That's right. Stop! Stop the rehearsal. Oh, get them back into the tanks, Jim. You, Emile.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Come with me, Emile, to my dressing room. We are going to have a talk. Won't you have a seat, my dear friend?
Oh, thank you, Professor.
Perhaps you would like a drink?
No, never touch the stuff.
Oh, maybe a cigar?
No, thanks.
Well, how about some nice herring tidbits and delicious Madeira wine sauce?
I don't mind if I do.
You don't mind? Give him tidbits. Can't even balance a ball on his nose. But give him tidbits. My patience is at an end. At an end, you hear, Emile? Missing cues, confusing the others, lousing up the act. What's come over you the last few months? You hear me? I want to know what this is all about. Start talking, my friend, and you better make it good. Well?
I'm bored, Professor. I'm in a rut.
You still want to change the act?
You see, the trouble with you, Professor, you have no imagination.
No imagination! I have done all right, thank you. For 25 years, I have had a seal act, played before the most select audiences in the world. I was the great Professor Beale before you were born. You what star?
Oh, come, Professor. Name-calling won't help. Now, let's be grown up about it. Now, I am not asking you to change the whole act. As seal acts go, it's not bad.
Thank you.
Not at all. But that doesn't mean there's no room for improvement, for new ideas. My goodness, Professor, the same routine over and over and over again. Look at it from the seal's point of view. I balance a ball on my nose, and I toot a horn, and I clap my fins. Clap my fins.
And what is wrong with that?
Clapping is all right for Eddie Cantor. At least he sings. How far would he have gotten if he just came out and clapped his hands? I want to tell somebody...
Oh, no, not that. You can't tell jokes. Nothing doing.
Why not?
Because nobody would believe it. A talking seal. Now, we've gone all over this before. I don't want to hear any more about it. No jokes.
Well, perhaps a poem? A small poem like Hamlet's soliloquy?
Hamlet's soliloquy?
Well, I could make a few mistakes, stumble over a few words, just to make it look hard.
The audience wouldn't believe it. I tell you once and for all, the people will not go for a talking seal. Now, just forget the whole thing. I'm boss around here, and you're going to do just as you're told, or else.
Or else? What do you mean, or else?
You know exactly what I mean, my good friend, and don't forget, in a public zoo, they don't hand out tidbits in Madeira wine sauce.
Me in a public zoo? Oh, Professor! Not that! Well, Shorty, that's the way it was.
Gee whiz, Emile. The professor was a hard man.
Oh, he was clever, all right, Shorty. Getting around me with herring tidbits. Ooh, those tidbits. Oh, those toothful, succulent tidbits, those savory, heavenly, exquisite tidbits.
Gee, was they that good?
Ambrosia, Shorty. Veritable ambrosia.
Ambrosia, huh?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
They sell them at all department stores.
They do? Ambrosia, huh? You just walk up and ask for ambrosia?
Well, no. You ask for herring tidbits in Madeira wine sauce.
Oh, I see.
Shorty.
Yeah?
Why do you ask? You weren't thinking...
You never know.
Oh, no. Oh, I really...
Why not?
Oh, I didn't mean for you to... Oh, I wouldn't want you to think that I was hinting.
Forget it. It'll be a pleasure.
Oh, would you?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, now, if you don't mind, well, I've got to go now. I will see you tomorrow, huh?
Sure thing.
So long. Oh, Shorty, I forgot to tell you, they've got a special this week. $1.97 a bucket at Glacey's department store. Oh, delicious. Succulent.
Well, they're not that good, are they, Emil?
Oh, heavenly.
Boy, that bucket of tidbits sure went fast.
I'm sorry I was such a pig. Forgive me, Shorty. I couldn't help it. It's been so long.
Forget it, fella. I know how it is. After all, what you went through.
Huh?
With Professor Beale, I mean. You used to tell me yesterday. What happened after?
Oh, yeah, Professor Beale. Well,
yeah.
You sure there isn't a little tiny tidbit left on the bottom?
No, not a one. You cleaned it out. Look.
So I did. My, oh, my, what a piggy I've been.
Emil.
What?
About Professor Beale. What happened?
Oh, that. He never did give in about letting me talk. Professional jealousy, that's all. That's show business for you. He wanted to do all the talking. But he finally did give me featured billing. It was now Professor Beale with Emile the Seal. Oh, I'd pull off a lot of funny stunts that you wouldn't expect from a seal.
Funny stunts? Like what?
Well, like one thing or another. I was a riot. But the real specialty was playing a complete musical selection on the horn. That was really something. But if only he would have let me recite, I'd have brought the house down. But no. He was jealous enough as it was. And conceited. I'll never forget the time we played a command performance in Europe. It was at the Emperor's court, and all the princes and dukes and diplomats were there.
And now, Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, may I present as the piece de resistance the one and only Emile the Seal, who will play for you Paganini's variation on a theme by Mendelssohn for the muted horn. I thank you. And now for an encore, you will hear Emile play Cole Porter's You're the Tops. right, Emil, that's enough bowing. Back on your stand.
Worried, huh?
Oh, shut up. Off with you. Why didn't you make mistakes like you were supposed to?
For royalty, I don't have to make mistakes.
Monsieur, you are to be presented to His Majesty. It is his wish.
His Majesty? Oh, splendid.
This way, sir.
Thank you. Emil, where are you going?
With you, of course, to be presented.
You fool, stay where you are.
Why?
Do you think the Emperor wants to meet Seal?
Did you hear the applause? That applause was for me.
Arrogant animal. You go too far. Stay where you are. Do you hear me? Meet the Emperor, indeed. A seal.
This is discrimination.
Go back, I say. Do you hear? And keep quiet.
Oh, no.
Excellency, I have the honor to present the famous Professor B.
An honor.
I cried that night, Shorty. Oh, I'm not ashamed to admit it. That Professor Beale always hogging the limelight, and I could do nothing.
Why not?
The contract I signed.
Well, so what?
If I walk out, I'm through. Washed up with show business.
Yeah? How come?
Beale could slap an injunction on me. Then I'm finished, see? Can't appear in any theater again as long as I live.
Is that the constitutional?
Yeah, I checked it. Habeas corpus, you know.
Habeas corpus?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So what happened?
The inevitable, Shorty. The inevitable.
The inevitable? What's that, a new twist?
Yeah. Well, it had to happen sooner or later, but the way it did. Ooh, he was cruel. Ooh, what a story. I think the keeper is coming. Tomorrow, huh, Shorty? So long.
Hey, Emil! Hey, Emil, there Well, he sure was jittery about that keeper. He was seeing the guy when he wasn't even there. I waited around hoping Emil had come up again and finish the story. But he don't. So that meant another bucket of tidbits. It's already costing me plenty, but what the heck? Here was a seal that was used to the best things in life, and now he's come down to being just another seal in a zoo. And it must be tough. Take it easy, Emil. There's hardly any more left. You'll get heartburn.
Oh, no, Shorty. No. I could finish half a dozen buckets.
You could, huh?
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, what happened with you and the professor?
Yeah. You mean the time we finally busted up?
Yeah.
Well, it was all on account of, Vivian.
Vivian?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah. That's how come all this. Being a success and all that, I was beginning to think seriously of getting married. But moving around in theatrical circles, I didn't have much of a chance to meet up with really high-class lady seals. And I was beginning to feel that my whole life would be wasted if I didn't have a few sons and daughters to pass on my talents to. You know how it is.
Well, sure, it's only human.
Yeah. Well, it was beginning to look pretty hopeless until one day in Minneapolis, I saw her. We were playing a split week there, and it was part of our publicity to make a public appearance at the zoo in each city where we played. Got us a lot of valuable space in the papers. And it was there that I met Vivian. What's the use of talking, Shorty? It was love at first sight. Well, back at the theater that night, the professor was saying...
What is that?
Professor, all I'm asking is that we lay over the rest of the week here.
Yeah, but, what's the matter with you, Emil? Are you crazy? We are booked here for only 3 days.
So what? So we'll enjoy Minneapolis.
Not a chance. We're leaving town after the show.
Well, would it be such a sacrifice, Professor? We've made plenty of money already, and besides, I could use a rest.
A rest?
Yeah.
Come, get ready. We go on soon. What's the matter with you?
Can't you see?
What?
I'm in love, Professor.
You're in love?
What?
Oh, love! What do you know about love?
Nothing, except that I'm in love.
That's ridiculous.
What did Tristan and Isolde, Romeo and Juliet know about love? Nothing, except that they love.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, if only you had seen her, Professor. You'd understand. Oh, such beauty. How gracefully she swam around. A vision of sheer loveliness. Oh, that was something to see. And her coat, so black and sleek and soft.
Oh, it didn't take you long to get acquainted.
Professor, please, don't be cruel. This is love.
I've heard enough of this love nonsense. We will not stay in this city an hour longer than is necessary. That is final.
Well, then, let her join the act.
I have enough seals already without more expenses.
You won't lose a dime. You can pay her out of my salary.
Nothing doing. I want no lovebirds around. And that is positively final.
Oh, well, at least let me see her at the zoo once more after this performance.
No, sir. Positively. No. Emile, what is the matter with you? That's the third cue you've missed. Stay where you are, Emile. What's the matter with you? You're mixing the others up. Wait till I get you alone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Emile the Seal will play Beethoven's Emperor Concerto on the horn. I thank you. So, making the laughing stock out of the great Professor Beale. Emile, you have eaten your last tidbit.
I don't care.
What? Have you gone out of your mind?
I'm through, Professor.
Oh, no, you're not. We've got a little contract, you and I. Walk out on me, and you're washed up in show business.
I don't care about show business. I'm through. That's final. You can sell me to the zoo, if you like.
Oh, the zoo. I see. Well, since you insist, that's just what I will do. Sell you to the zoo.
That'll suit me fine. And here was deviltry for you, Shorty. The last refinement in cruelty.
Boy, that professor sure was a mean one, all right, Emile.
Yeah. At the very end, he denied me the little joy I might have had in life.
You mean?
Uh-huh. With my beloved Vivian in the Minneapolis Zoo.
Gosh. He went and sold you to the New York Zoo instead?
Uh-huh. Now you know it all.
Oh, gee, golly. Oh.
Here he comes. I gotta be going now.
Emile! Something wrong, bud? Wrong, Keeper? No.
No. What about them tears? And what have we here? No. The saints be praised. An empty herring bucket. Oh, that Emile.
What do you mean?
Has he been after telling you the sad, sad story of his life?
Well, yeah.
About Professor Beale and Emile the Seal. Has he been telling you that one?
Yeah, but...
Oh, what that Emile won't do for them herring tidbits.
But what about Vivian? Playing for the King's Court and all
Lies, lad. All lies. That old faker was born in this very zoo, and he's not put a fin out of it since.
Guy, no.
That's a fact.
You have just heard Hard Luck Story by Henry Denker and Ralph Berkey. The original musical score was composed and conducted by Alex Semler. In the dramatic cast today were John Gibson, Charles Webster, Ted Osborne, Ralph Bell, and Robert Dryden. Hard Luck Story was produced and directed for the Columbia Workshop by Albert Ward. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
That's the Relic Radio Show for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. You can find more from Theater 5, the Columbia Workshop, past episodes of the Relic Radio Show, and thousands of other old-time radio episodes at relicradio.com. If you'd like to help support it, you can do so through the website or visit donate.relicradio.com. Your support makes it all happen. Thanks to those who have helped out. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be back next week with another episode of the Relic Radio Show.